Hello students, this is the video lecture that I'm making for JMS 200 Stuff Due April 16th in the spring semester 2026. Stuff Due April 16th, spring semester 2026. I'm actually recording this on Saturday, March 28th. I am having an adventure. It's going to be, I don't want to build up your hopes too much. Today is going to be like my masterpiece, my piece de resistance. This is going to be my Sgt. Pepper's. This is going to be my pet sounds. I have quite an adventure today. I'm leaving Lafayette, Louisiana. I think it's about 8:30, maybe 8:40. I got on the road to drive to Mamou, small town of Mamou. As I'm driving to Mamou, I will be able to pick up my radio station, 105.5 KUN. It's not online, it doesn't stream, so I can only listen to the radio station when I'm actually in this particular part of Louisiana. So I'm going to drive to Mamou, to a bar called Fred's Lounge. I'm not drinking, not a Saturday morning. They do a live radio broadcast. They've been doing it since 1960. I'm going to check in with the announcer there, Mike Perron from KVPI. I'll be wearing my KEUN shirt. That's a rival radio station. Maybe have some fun with that. Then I'm going to turn around. Then I'm going to go back down to Eunice. Maybe see the guy named Sterling. He is a DJ at KBON. He's been helping me out with my French language that I try to do on the radio. Then after that, it is the 39th Annual World Championship Crawfish Étouffée Cook-Off in Eunice. I'm actually going to spend the night in Eunice. I'm going to go hear music at Lakeview Park, Jamie Bergeron and the Kickin' Cajuns. Then it seems like that's too much already. Tomorrow, I'm going to go see a movie at the Queen Cinema, old-fashioned movie theater in downtown Eunice. So that is the big introduction to the video lecture I'm doing for Stuff Due April 16th. And as a good omen, as a good positive omen for what's going to happen today, the moment I could hear KEUN, I turned on the radio. First thing I heard was an ad for DC Sports Bar. Who does the voice? Me. That's me, my voice. So that was a good timing, good omen. My voice is really not on the radio that much. It's 90% music or maybe 95% music, but occasionally my voice does show up on the radio. So very pleased. I got timing just right.
Touchdown Chemo, oyster platter, and more at DC Sports Bar, Highway 190 in Eunice. DC Sports Bar is State House.
I'm about 15 minutes away from Mamou. I just heard, I was successful. I heard what I wanted to hear. I heard one of my entire DJ breaks, actually as it aired on the radio. And it was just interesting because I just recorded that a few days ago, including some of the stuff I recorded in San Diego. So to hear it here in context as it actually sounds and in the actual environment where you can hear it is an interesting mental experience for sure. And I also heard where I did a segue where I said we're going to Rick Nesbitt live at the Crawfish Cook-Off. I recorded that 2 days ago. I got to hear how that was actually integrated into the live programming. It worked out pretty well. And then the weather report that I did, I had this old announcer, retired announcer, Pete Bergeron, teach me how to do the weather in French. That's actually the weather forecast, is him teaching me French. And I heard a little bit of it. Rick added some extra sound effects to it that I didn't know he was doing.
Zato, Zank, Zank. This is Professor Arsenault with the Saturday Cajun Music Show. This maybe is a surprise. Yes, Easter is next week. Make sure you have nice clothes because your mom or your grandma is going to want you to go to church and you don't want to be wearing the same clothes that you use for fishing, okay? Get yourself something nicer than a Bass Pro t-shirt. Get yourself some new clothes, which is my way of introducing an old-time radio segment. I'm going to play a little clip from Fibber McGee and Molly. This is from the Easter episode they did way back in 1948. And we get back to the music. We are going to go to the 39th Annual World Champion Crawfish Étouffée Cook-Off with the Eunice Chamber of Commerce. That is going on right today. Now, it's not quite open to the public yet. That is at Northwest Pavilion in Eunice on Samuel Drive. There is free parking, so we encourage everyone to come on down. Open to the public at 10 a.m. Now, they're going to be giving out awards at 3:30 if you can stick around for that. There's music, there's great food. It's really going to be a good time. Now, let's check in with our own Rick Nesbitt at the World Championship Crawfish Étouffée Cook-Off.
Thank you, Professor Arsenault. Yes, I am Rick Nesbitt. I'm here on Samuel Drive in Eunice in the Northwest Community Center Pavilion.
Partly cloudy, partiellement couvert, high of 70 in Soissons-Dix.
Partiellement couvert.
Tomorrow, dimanche, mostly sunny, beaucoup du soleil.
Demain, dimanche, beaucoup de soleil. Tomorrow, Sunday, lots of sunshine.
High of 80. the Saturday Cajun Music Show.
I'm outside of Fred's Lounge. They have been broadcasting live Cajun music from this establishment since, I think, 1967, pretty much every Saturday. We took a break for COVID. The guy who started it was Reven Reed. He was the original announcer. Reven Reed's son, Seth Reed, is going to meet me inside here. Another guy named Paul Tate was also involved. I don't want to overlook Paul Tate's role in all of this. The radio show live from Fred's Lounge started on KEUN. That's where Reven Reed was originally a radio guy. He was also a school teacher, then he got into radio to promote Cajun music. Anyway, it used to be on KEUN. It's been on KVPI for years. So I have a KEUN shirt. I don't want to wear it inside. I think that might, I don't know. It doesn't seem right, or maybe it is right. But I'm going to go talk to Seth Reed, the son of Reven Reed, and maybe hopefully talk to Mike, the announcer from KVPI. I'm going to go.
Philip Arsenault, he's from San Diego, California, and he's writing a book on Cajun land, Cajun. That's it right here.
After I left Mamou, I drove over to Eunice, went to the studio for KBON, and I was able to chat with Sterling.
Et ça continue comme ça pour la semaine qui vient. Il n'y a pas grand changement entre monde qui ça met les chances de pluie dans le forecast là, pour la semaine. On a à peu près 40% chance de pluie tous les jours. Là, commencement lundi en travail.
I am walking out of DC Sports Bar in Eunice. I came in, I just needed a quick bite to eat. I got a plate of fried alligator and black coffee. I didn't have to pay a thing for it. I said, put it on the KUN tab. They advertise with us. It's like a trade sort of thing. I made it to the Crawfish Etouffee Cook-Off. I met Rick. He introduced me to some people, took photos with me and some people. I got this free spice, branded Washington State Bank, like a local bank, giving this Cajun seasoning away. And I met this guy. I'm gonna do a proper interview with him later. He was on the radio in 1969 on KEUN. That's the station I'm on right now. He started playing Zydeco music in the 1980s. That's pretty early. One of the things I tried to find out in my book was when the first dedicated Zydeco show started on the radio in Southwest Louisiana. Even though the book is mostly already written, I still want to do an interview with this guy. My car is not working. Car broke down, but luckily Rick from the radio station gave me a lift to Lakeview Park. The reason I wanted to come here, it's a campground outside Eunice. The reason I wanted to come here is before Reven Reed started broadcasting from Fred's Lounge and other places in Mamou, he did radio broadcasting from here. Must have been late 50s, maybe 1960. Then in 1962, a guy from California like me, Chris Strachwitz, he's from the Bay Area though, he came out and fell in love with Cajun music and took some photographs of Reven Reed and Paul Tate at Lakeview Park in 1962 with some traditional Cajun musicians. A photograph that he took is going to be in my book, which is why I'm so aware of it. So this place has big significance to me. Plus, they're a big sponsor of the radio show, and I talk about them like once a week on the radio. So, all this is to say, I'm very, very excited to come to Lakeview Park. Jamie Bergeron and the Kickin' Cajuns playing tonight. At the end of the show, Rick was able to jumpstart my car. The next morning on Sunday, we got to jumpstart it again, and I decided just to drive straight back to Lafayette and skip the Queen Cinema. That was a very, very full day of Cajun radio research, and this concludes the video for Stuff Due Thursday, April 16th.
We're going to do the only song the band will let me sing. It's a story about a man and his mule. The mule's name is Rock. It's called a Hee-Haw Breakdown, and it goes something like this. Whoa, Rock, easy now. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, mule. Easy. Whoa. 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 Ah.